Howdy, howdy. Hope you're doing well. Maverick Workshop is here for your entertainment and all your turning desires. Nah, not that much of a pushover. Come on. All right. Anyway, so yes. So today we're going to be working on some diamond painting pen handles, as well as the forever pencils that I was finishing up prepping for last night. So that's what we got on the agenda today. If you are here, that link tree, we just made a new document. Let me go ahead and say that. New doc on the link. That. So the new doc is for you to determine, some of the different things that I have been doing that you want to learn how to do, and it'll give you a opportunity for one-on-one. That way I can help you through whatever it is that you might be struggling with, or we can find a completely different way to accomplish what it is that you're going for. So just that type of thing. That for one Zoom. Yeah. All right. So the reason I'm even doing that is because y'all know I want to get to a point where I'm able to have people come over, hang out, work on stuff with me and all that jazz. So yeah, that is why I ended up doing that. So I hope that you all find something, well, I hope that there's something that you could benefit from there. Anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time at this stage, just pretty much going to go ahead and hop right over to my workspace here and get to work. What you're looking at is the full-time job here. And then, let's see. Yeah, cool. So I do turn all the time, which, man, that's awesome. I love it. Cristiano, how you doing? Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is where we're going to be. That looks pretty good. Let me pivot this over a bit and drop it down just a little bit here. So yes, there we are. What's up, Cristiano? You said, whoa. What is it, man? Let's see. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. This is good. That's good. Let me get my phone set up. So it will be potentially, well, actually, it's going to be a pretty long stream, hopefully. Assuming everything goes right, it should be a good couple, 2-3 hours. So, love that. All right, I think we're about good to go. So just a quick show what I'm working on. So I've got the main ones that I'm working on this week are these here. We're going to be working on the minis and then the larges. So that's really, oh, actually, I guess I got 3 regulars to go as well. So how about that? And then there'll be a couple other odd ones thrown in there. And those were commissions. So if you were into like commission type of work, then, you know, I can give you the rundown of kind of how that goes. Or let's see. But yeah, I'll probably keep the chatter to a minimum, at least until, you know, other people have questions or anything that they want to ask, talk about, or whatever. So I hope you enjoy watching. And I'm going to turn on Morty. Morty is my dust collection system. So there we go. Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything. Thanks for being here. You made my day for being here. Stopping by and everything. All right, so this one I was actually working on. This is that one. Sweet. Let's do it. Hey, actually, before I get too far, I think I need to lift that up a bit. So that'll be fine. Hold on. Hold on to your britches now. Okay. Come on. So I needed to get a little bit more elevation here. That way my elbow doesn't hit the camera. Oh, that's sorry. Look away if you get motion sick. That's pretty good. We're gonna lock it in. All right. Let's see. Boom. All right. So, in case you're wondering, this is just a little vacuum attachment that I've got connected to my dust collection. You can see it on the main camera. That's enough, huh? Whoop. Yeah, there we go. And I put a new carbide in last night, so you see that it's shaving. And but it can also get a little crazy sometimes. It has a perfect form, and you've got the tool flat on a tool rest, and sometimes you'll grab more, try to cut more than it's going to cut, at least at the speed that it's going. Luis Fernandez, how you doing? Hola, ¿cómo está, mi amigo? All right, looking good, looking good. All right, let's do some of these ends here. Whoop. See, that's what I'm talking about. Is it even there? Yeah, see? So I caught a little bit of an angle while I was going in right here. I was going in like that, and my tool is tilted onto this corner, and it caught the back end of it right here. And so it caused that little bit of chipping. Not a big deal. You just gotta limit how many times you do it. Otherwise you'll end up with a super tiny little stick. I used to have this camera upside down, and I would just rotate the video on the other thing, or on the software, and I think I like that better. That way it could be like coming from this side instead of this side. I'll probably take a second after this one and do that. It's like I'm looking through a fence trying to turn this. Any other trimmers out there? All right. 10 people, 5 likes. Thank you. Thank you all for that. Now, if that trend sticks, they'll have 50% of the people that stop by like the vid or the stream, I mean, make it even better. About right, just a little bit more here. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and do the honeycomb feature of this. Pretty simple, but you can definitely mess it up if you don't eyeball it, right? There we go. That's good. So this one's pretty darn cool, I gotta say. So this has got some like interference, color shift, and then on the other side, as well as all throughout, it's got these variety of sparkles and glitter, which I like. I like. Need more color in the world, you know? Makes my eyes happier. More colors. All right, what are these blanks called? I should know. Whoops. Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna get this one mounted, and then I'm gonna flip the camera around. The one that's looking at my lathe. It won't really change your view initially. Well, I mean, once I get it finished and set up. It'll appear upside down for a second, but we will get that resolved in just a moment. That's going to go there. I think I can do it just like this. Okay, so look at that. That way. Man, everything's like very hard. So the best thing that I have found with this particular setup is that you loosen up both of the adjustment points, and then you kind of position it how and where you want it to be, and you just hold it there while you adjust the knobs. It's pretty cool when you do have it set up and done. Hold on. close. Almost there. Uh-oh. Come on now. Okay. Hey, that's pretty good. Now let's just flip it around. Vertical transform. Just a moment, we will be done here. Rotate 180. Boom. There we go. How's that looking? Transform, rotate. Perfect. Okay, well, we're going to continue anyways. So, let's see. How's the volume and stuff? Is that all right? Blanks are also called twilight. Twilight. There it is. Boom. What we got here? All right, 21. So this. This. I've dropped this thing enough times to where it's broken the tip. Broke my carbide a little bit in the lower side. I don't really like it straight out of the package that's on there, but I can't have somebody like use them for me. So these are twilight blanks, is what we ended up calling those. And I think they look pretty cool. I like they are a little darker, and just after turning, it is a little harder to see them because it's making it even darker. But this is what it looks like. It's got the one of the things about glitter that we have found over time and practice and repetitions and trial and error and all that stuff is the some of the glitter does not like to cooperate, and some of it likes to chip out. Some of the glitters are a little thicker than others, and then that makes it so you'll be filling voids and stuff like that. If you're a newer turner, I would avoid a lot of glitter stuff in the beginning, especially. I think it's going to cause more frustration than satisfaction from turning. And when you're learning, you probably don't want additional struggles of learning how to use tool and just add more layers than necessary, really. Unless your target is working on the CA finish or to see if you could do it without any sort of shatter. Before, the reason it says back from travel is because we went to Tucson, Arizona over the Easter weekend spring break. We had a great time. Really like it out there. Really like it out there. I'm excited about that. When I was in the military, I was stationed there. I was stationed there. But there's some cool stuff out in Tucson. Some of the things that I turn, well, this in particular, I turn this every week, this type of thing. And then we make a set of these. And then I work on other things. Pretty much everything that we do is this type of turning, like between centers. Turning. We've been at it for about 5 years. Something that I wonder about is when people say that they've been turning for 5 years. I mean, when I say it, I'm working like I am in the workshop like 300 of those days out of the 365 days a year. I don't know what other people mean when they say that, but my understanding is more of a casual thing, where they have a lathe in their workshop, and that's when they say that they started turning. So, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, there's also no real way to like prove it one way or the other, you know? If you don't, I guess it's sort of. It's kind of interesting. That was something that was always said during paramedic, is that if you don't record it, it didn't happen. And it was talking about different things that you did. So that's one of the downsides of, I guess, the medical world. Because sometimes it does happen, and then, it doesn't get documented, and then it happens again, and then you know how it goes. You know how some things go, or you can imagine at least, I would guess. All right, so this is one of the more popular shapes that we've done here. And then I'll go ahead and say it right quick, but these are my beveling or my beading tools. Oh, beveling. These are my beading tools right here. The reason, I mean, you'll see them all here again in just a second, but I just wanted to point out this front spot here. Anybody else got a better way of sharpening these? Because basically what I did is I took them to my belt sander and then held them upside down, boop, and then, you know, trying to sharpen the hole here. Like other people suggested getting something and then going back and forth like that. No, thank you. I don't want to do that. I also changed the shape profile of this one, because this one was all the way up, and it was all the way up, but the bead was the same size. And what was happening is I was pushing material away that I actually wanted still. So that's one of the adjustments that I ended up making in this one. But I did deal with it for a long time until yesterday. Actually, I just got tired of it. Okay, center mark. You'll notice a trend, a sequence that I do every time. Start here, do my center mark, and then I'll kind of go from there. If there's no burrs on there, a little bit. Now I would use like a little piece of sandpaper for that, to get that little burr off. That's good. You go for it. So we have a large, a small. And then the medium, let's see how that works. I actually haven't used it since I sharpened it and adjusted it. So I need to back up a little bit more. Sick. I like to dig out these sides just a little bit with this, that way I can get my round full the rest of the way. So I check the insides right here, the very base of the rings, make sure that those are good and how I want them to be, and then I can use my round carbide to finish the profile of it all. And then for these, actually for that, I'm going to go ahead and take this down a bit more. Then I just use my round carbide and then make the surfaces rounded here. And the other two. This shape actually surprises me with how many people like it, because of the rings, and it gives it like, it breaks up that almost flat surface or plain surface. It gives it more texture. However, this is one of my one of the pins that I don't find as comfortable. and some of the other ones that I made. But people like the ring variant thing. Oh, man. No. We'll do a nice, what we do? We're doing round ends. That's right. Right. A little too shallow. I need to steepen it up a bit. Hope everybody had a good Easter break. Did some fun stuff with the families. Yeah. Okay. Almost there. Just a little bit. It's another one of those things about glitter, at least that I find, is that you gotta go a little slower and a little shallower too. And otherwise, you won't really get a clean surface. You take too big of cuts, it's going to end up catching one of those pieces of glitter and then like ripping it out, making the surface not smooth as you want. Man, look at all y'all here. Man, thank you so much for being here and hanging out. Hope you're having a wonderful, what's it, Tuesday? Yeah, hope you're having a good Tuesday. A little toasty here. Fan on. There we are. That's good. Anybody playing Oblivion? Kind of really unrelated. But has anybody played Oblivion or saw that Bethesda released the new remastered Oblivion? It's pretty cool. Nice. All right, let's see what she looked like. All right, so we still have a little bit that we got to take off right there. Other than that, we're good. So my part with this one is finished. No, I still didn't get it. All right, gotta take it back. I'm not finished yet. Who's that? Yes. There. All right. Now we're looking good. attack. Gotta change this up. I can't put you there. Right. That'll be sufficient. Boom. So this is a standard shape. Side that doesn't have the glitter, I guess I'm really looking special. Good. And this side. Oop. If you like watching turning videos, or turning live streams, where I make pins and other small projects like that, then if you would hit that thumbs up, maybe sub, that'd be man. It'd really make my day. I'm up here all the time. Just, I'm just a dude that likes to work with my hands and have some cool people to hang out with and chat with and bounce ideas off of and do some innovating. And another one of my favorite things to do is like figure out ways to make other hobbies into businesses. But that's one of my favorite things to do. Wow. As you can imagine, if I'm not, streaming or something like that, there's not too much else to do. You're always listening to podcasts and audiobooks and stuff like that, but I mean, I still do. Just think it's more entertaining to interact with people. The other reason I'm turning a bit slower as well, not slower speed, but at a slower rate, how I'm going from side to side there and everything. That is because I have a new carbide in here. It's sharp and not very forgiving. So I have to turn very gently until it gets a little bit more dull. This is one of the problems with the glitter. Sometimes they will be on the surface. That's right where you get the diameter where you want it to be. You end up with a piece of glitter popped out, and so you have to adjust it a little bit. So listen carefully. Hey, how you doing? That's a new name I hadn't seen here before. Forever. How you doing? Good to see you. But yeah, this is the standard shape. Just a little regular 3 bumper. It's nice because it gets your hands a little bit further away from the tip so you can see where you're doing your work. I know on the other hand, some people like them like all the way to the end. And they're perfectly happy with kind of looking on the other side of the tip. But all right, so we're gonna get into the customs here while we're on the regular side. Bump, dump, dump. All right, so 25 is one of my it's on my sheet over there, the design. And the client would like it a bit thinner. So let's go ahead and do that. Do you even need to introduce yourself? You work at Microsoft? Oh man, that's awesome. You like it there? Well, no, I guess not. I see your name right there. Yep. That's perfect. I am John. I am the turner of the Maverick workshop, Maverick pins operation that we got going on here. Okay. No, I do not. I don't think so. What do these codes do? Probably not. Does it help me turn anymore? Yeah, I don't know what I would want with that. I mean, I like free stuff, but on the other hand, it's like, I don't know what I'd do with it. Go ahead and take a little look here. So it's about 1.5. And that on the inside mark is sick.
Now I'm going to use this to actually guide the rest of my hand.
It's a joke.
Oh man.
Sorry about that, Shiva. It's hard to hear tone and text, you know? Hadn't met you quite yet and all that stuff. Alright. So, I made these a little bit smaller than I would normally. But
The reason I did is with this spinner.
telescopes?
No. This is actually a diamond painting pen handle.
Are you a returner? Uh-oh. Hey.
My hand hit the pen. Sorry.
Stay. Sorry about that.
Telescopes. Well, I will say that is the not the weirdest thing I've seen. People that aren't familiar with these types of craft handles. Pretty neat. If you can use them.
If you learn how to do like one of these types of things, then you can pretty much do all kinds of things that you would like to do. For example, this here is a handle that I made for my wife for a very specific purpose. But I bought this steel rod. I think it's a 3/8 inch, and then I just made the handle. It's a snakewood handle, so pretty cool. But yeah, make all kinds of handles and sorts. It's one of the ones that we primarily make is called diamond painting pen handles. If you were interested in sewing handles, HA handles is also a great avenue. Or if you're into like making pens, then it's also a good thing to do. You're in competition. This particular thing is very satisfying to do, and I like it. A lot of people are, happy to receive it and that type of stuff. And if you have turned before, you'll know that symmetry is hard to achieve when turning like this.
Sometimes things like to be different shapes from one side to the other. And so trying to make it so that's not the case. One can see. And then you're kind of working, ideally, you'd be working from the middle to the outside. If we're working on something that is like this, turning to some centers. Now, exceptions could be, there's quite a few exceptions, but what I'm doing, it's best to start in the middle and work your way up. For the most part. You may see me with a different shape and not a lot better. But that has to do with how much flex is going to happen, and it'll immediately tell you how much flex is in the middle when you turn it in the middle, because it'll make it a little bit weaker. You don't want the dead center and live center pushing too hard, because that'll make it bow in the middle. And so we find out if it was bowing, by starting in the middle, and then we can adjust it necessarily. I'm going to deepen these to a size 2 a little bit. We'll drop it down a little bit more. Do. This one is also going to have a honeycomb in the middle, but I saved that for last in case I need to do other adjustments. Right. I'm going to say that is the thinner version. Alrighty. All right, no worries, no worries. I sent a message to my wife asking her how's the audio, and she just saw the message. That's what I was saying. No problem to. So here is a thicker version of the one with multiple rings. Once we get to the smaller ones, this a little bit faster, because there's not as much material needed to take off. So you can see this is done around. You just put a little tool on it or something, and it'll bounce. Okay. And it's not because of the blank, it's because it's not drilled up. So the other thing is I haven't actually cut the part where it's even touching the handle yet. Alrighty, let's see where we are. That's about just under 2.5. And this is same. Perfect. And take it slow. This whole surface is cutting once you get it like all the way there. And for resin, it doesn't like to give sometimes. So this is actually a true wood like part. Then I fingered printing carbide. Be able to accomplish this a little faster. It be dusty as well as not heating up too much. There's none of those things with it. I hit the brakes. Really hard. Nope. Man, I come through with the little EasyWood banging through there. CI7 tip. And then, because I'm going to have these rounded at the end, I'm going to go ahead and get this tool into there and open it up just a little bit so I can be able to use some round good. Kind of quiet and robotic. Oh, that's not good. Is that what y'all are hearing too? Y'all hearing quiet and robotic? Huh. Let's see what I can do. Anything? Let's see, what color is it? Is it green? Green here. Let's see if blue is better. Is that any better? I hope that's better. Good. I still get excited when I can do a nice steady pass all the way across. That's always exciting. And then same thing for the other side. See if we can do it. All right, thank you for that. make them a bit more round here. That's pretty good. This one needs some work. So I can do that part there. Pretty round. That's pretty good. As deep as the other thing did. Good. Anyway. Oh. And then we're gonna do the around it in the rim. These are about a little over half an inch to the round part. Hey, what a good turnout. Hope everybody's doing well today on this wonderful Tuesday. I can call it Toasty Tuesday because it's hot, a little warm. There we go. Let's see how the fan does here. So I'd say that this sort of technique right here, moving the round carbide back and forth like that and tilting it, is pretty unusual to see. I used to watch a lot of videos, and I don't see anybody doing that. But I think it's like almost a missed opportunity. So check it out. You know, if you have your own setup at the place, the workshop, and you have access to it, try tilting it every once in a while and see if you're able to do any more detailed work with the round carbide. Because I tilt it pretty much all the time. It's only really in the middle where, and not even for this type of shape, but I'll usually keep it flat. Let's see. All right, volume is still not great. Well, dang. Oh, let's see. Is it apron time? For the gain. Let's try that first. We change a filter here. Turn that up a bit. All right. And then noise suppression. Suppressor. There you go. That. Limiter. Back off a bit. All right. Made some changes. All right. We'll have to see here in a second if that helped anything. Because I've got my other system as well in my lathe as well as my desk. My lathe is a good lathe. This is a Jet 1221. It's a great lathe. I'm glad I started with that. But man, whether it's me turning as much as I do or what, I've worn out a few sets of bearings. So I don't know if it's on Jet's end or if it's on my end. But, you know, if that's the only problem I've had with the lathe, I'd say that that's not that big a deal. Over the course of 5 years having it, and earned about 15,000 pins so far. So is that audio any better now? Sorry, it's hard finding that right balance of being loud enough for it to pick up my voice, but also canceling out the dust collection. Loud, I would think. Let's see, how do we like that? Like that? Take the small one down a bit. There we go. Oh, that's what we needed. And then that little bit right there. But still quiet, not the noise suppression. Let's see, what can I do? What can I do? Volume's all the way up. Filters. Well, I don't know. I reckon we'll just have to. I guess we'll just have to. I don't know. Get some time and check it yet. Here's an interesting business idea that is out there, but not in person, I'm pretty sure. Or at least I haven't seen it. And that is people coming to help set up streams for people. That way, these people that are really tech savvy can take care of setting up the workshop type of thing. For example, I guess in my case, it would be having somebody come over here, and I would be doing all my normal stuff, like the loudest or the quietest, and then they would just set up the volume and the voice and everything to where it's like optimized. Which it might exist, but I don't think it's very common. But if you are the type that is able to do that type of thing, then yeah, it's pretty interesting opportunity for trying that out. We got any other makers in here? We got 40 people watching. Gotta have some makers. Or someone wanting to. Something like that. Morty's loud today? Shoot. Let's see. I don't know what to do, Sean. Let's see. Game. I mean, I messed with that. Threshold. Let's see. Upward compressor limiter, noise gate. I used to have the noise gate. I think that's what I used to use. But I don't know, man.
I guess Morty's got a lot on his mind today. Alright, here we go. Custom 18. Right? Yes. Yeah, that's a bummer about Morty being loud today. Shoot. I don't know what changed. I mean, I guess I did mess around with the settings a bit while I didn't see you there. This is a pretty interesting shape that we're going to do here. It's a semi-cylinder midsection. We're going to get a little hourglass kind of shape in there. And then we're going to put a ring on the outside of it. Yes, she did. She sure did. You know the answer, man. She makes almost all of them. But these are some commissions that I'm working on. But I don't know the name of this one, actually. So. I probably did at the time when we were first working on it. But I'd say one of my superpowers is to get certain things quickly, but also remember a whole bunch of useless stuff as well. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, you know. What are you working on today, Sean? I had to run off a bit last night. You know, had to go take care of her. And I'm not very good at taking care of people like that. But we all have our own crosses to bear, don't we? Or burdens to bear. Just got off regular job? Nice. Good deal. Now it's time to go to the workshop, right? Pretty good turnout today on the stream. That's pretty exciting. If you are enjoying what you see and chatting and hanging out with yours too, give me a shout. Come see me again. Did a bunch of yard work yesterday? Dang. On an acre. That's no joke. It's no joke. My front yard, when I was growing up, and I did yard work like that, it was the land that we had was about 28 acres, but only about 2 or 3 acres of that needed to be maintained. Depends on if we had the dog fence up or not. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Channel's taking off? I don't know about taking off. Say it's a pretty good day for me. Lots of people coming to say hey and stuff, so certainly appreciate that.
Earlier today, we went to a work, or not a workshop. Earlier today, we went to a stationery store that also has pens. It's called Good Postage, and this place is in Charlotte that we went to. And we were talking to them about the pens and all that stuff, and they said we could do a little pop-up there if we wanted to. We're also probably going to give them a few pens, that way they can have them in the store, and then see how that goes. It'll be something new for us, so it'll be exciting to see what happens. Oh yeah, Michael, you're right about that, man. Definitely going the direction we want. Yeah, I've kind of been slacking on the videos because I didn't really know exactly where I wanted to begin. But I kind of figured I would just start like where I began, and then I guess start with choosing the right lathe or something like that. At least that's what I was thinking about. But if I was to give a rundown of what the best lathe for you was, not you specifically, Michael, but just in general, like a starter lathe kind of thing, it's tough to say, because I looked at a lot of different lathes when I was doing it, and when I was first getting started with it all, but I ended up picking the Jet. But I'll be honest, I don't really think I would choose differently, because I still think that you got to think about like 5 years ago, right? 5 years ago, I think the Jet was the best bang for the buck, and I still also think that. Because if you're shopping for a lathe like on Amazon or something, and you're looking for a mini to midi, so this is a 1221, and then the smaller Jet is like a 1015. I think 1015 maybe? Yeah. I think that the 1015 is just a little too small. I like this one because it gives me enough distance between centers to do all the things that I wanted to do. I've been able to make some bowls, some cups, some plates. Not plates, like shallow bowls. Breakum comes with the chuck for like 800. Well, that's probably a good avenue for some people. When I got this lathe, it was I think it was 700, 600 or 700. Maybe 650. We'll just say it was 650. I'll have to go back and look, but for the sake of conversation here, I think it was about 650 when I got it. And then I got the Nova chuck. With that, I think there is benefits of getting something that's a package deal, but I also think that there are drawbacks. For example, like when it comes to like learning about jaws and stuff like that, if you don't have, like if it comes with jaws, then you won't really need to do any research on it. And you won't learn anything about it or anything like that. So I think, yeah, as far as the, like getting your foot in the door and getting started and everything, I think it's a great thing. But I got the Nova 30th anniversary, and it came with the different sets of different jaws. Yeah, wow. It came with different jaws, so I have some for. Oh, it was a Nova, Chuck? Well, cool. I know Nova's got a lot of trims of Chuck. Some of them are better than others, that's for sure. But I don't think you can really go wrong on small stuff like this. If somebody was interested in an accessory or making an accessory, I would say that soft jaws, they already exist, I know, but the other thing that I would say about that is it's pretty cool and convenient. So if you 3D print it and then you cast it in silicone, then you can make that piece out of silicone potentially, and it would make it so it would be like a soft grip sort of thing, and it would allow for you to hold something without putting its teeth marks into it. Some stuff is just a little on the softer side, especially as you start getting thinner or trying to hold it, make sure it doesn't go anywhere and stuff like that. So, 12, 26. Wish you had a Chuck when you got your first. Yeah. I mean, there's merit to learning both ways how to do it, but if you've got the tool, might as well use it. And then if it comes with it, and it's a good deal, heck yeah, man. I think it's a sweet deal. I don't think you can really go wrong with the lathe nowadays. They've done such a good job. Some are obviously better than others. And one of my favorites is actually like the most expensive, but it's sort of robust. So I like that. And that'll be the kind of like my final lathe at some point. But I'm not there yet. We're on 26 here. That, this, that. But yeah, I don't use a chuck very often. Well, I take that. I use a chuck every week, but on turning, I don't use it very often. I use it primarily for drilling. And then it's also nice to have that piece of kit. That way you can use it. Okay. Get the yellow one. You talking about the Powermatic? You know what? I went and looked at them, and I think some of them are more yellow than others. I'm gonna ask if anybody thought that too. So the Powermatic, it looks like a mustard yellow, but the one that I saw recently, it was more of a yellow brown. And I don't know if that's like my eyes being weird or if that's because if it's a different paint or something, I don't know. But it did seem like that one was a bit of a different color. More of a brown than yellow. Pin jaws and drill every day. Yeah. Do you use a drill press or do you use the lathe? don't have a drill press. I don't think I want one either. At least not yet. I think for now, I don't really need to purchase more tools, at least for a while. Especially because we're trying to accumulate funds, you know. Let's see. It's the lights. Yeah, well, I mean, it could have been the lights, it could have been a used one, it could have been in the sun for a period of time. I mean, there's a lot of things it could have been. The sun will kind of make paint get a little bit more dull. And the sun in Arizona is pretty intense. Could have been outside for a little bit. But yeah, you could have been the lights too. But if I went with the one way, you know, it would have a pretty substantial amount added to it for reasons. But we're not going to get into that. Yeah, I like using the lathe too. I don't use the drill press. Although here's another idea that I was thinking about is, you know how a drill press has got like the arm, the little thingy that spins? Well, what if you could swap out like the tailstock here and make it so this quill can, whoop, whoop. That way you don't have to wind it. I'll say that that's probably my least favorite thing about this lathe. Is it the wheel handle here? It doesn't spin like my metal lathe and Abby's lathe does. So much more accurate. I think it's about the same accuracy. I think it just kind of depends on how you got your press set up. Because I think the press is more versatile. For, I'd say for our purposes, man, all we need to do is drill a straight hole, and this is already set, so we're refusing to change it. I mean, the lathe could be offset. It would be not as accurate. I'd say it's easier to do it like that. Just flick it and it spins. Yeah, I'm talking about like the free spinning thing on it. Like this one, it's just a static. There's no like, it won't just rotate while you're advancing the coil. Oh, looking good. Righty. Yeah. Oh, I agree. I agree with that. But I do think it is slower if you have both things like in optimal setup and condition, and you were going to use them both like side by side, and you were going to rate like how many you could do. I still think that the drill press is faster if you have like a little the blank holder type of thing. But the jaws does take a lot of the adjustments out of the equation. That's why I like it. And I don't have to have another machine. So I'm definitely on board with not having an extra machine. That this one does good enough. So you had all the blanks lined up. You had like, I don't know, 10 blanks lined up. You have a drill press and you have a lathe. I think that you could do it faster with a drill press. So, but I don't think it's fast enough for me personally to justify buying one. I will not be getting one. Unless I have a different idea about it later on. But as of now, no thank you. Takes up space. I mean, my big old bandsaw over there kind of just takes up space, really. The only time I use it is to cut the stratified blocks, or if I have a big old burl that I need to chop. But either one of them can and has happened. Trying to limit the miles I put on the Resaw King blade, expensive blade. It's I think it's 115 inches, and let's see, 115 inches, and it's got carbide tipped teeth. And it's like a 1:4, something like that. Teeth per inch. All right, cool. Now we're back to the Twilight ones. I'll get these bad boys. Not enough to pay for itself. Well, actually, I sold 4 pins and it paid for itself. So it did pay for itself. It's just not, it's still taking up floor space. Let's see where we're at. Go. 13. And I appreciate that. Oh, no, the drill press. Oh, my bad. Heck yeah. Let's see. Shoot, maybe we'll even do like a little time trial. See how fast and effective it is. These blanks are called Twilight. Oh. Oh. I do have a sheet that we loaded up. It's like a one-on-one Zoom call. To hang out and do whatever it is that I often do. Oh no, you'd be on the drill press. You'd be on the press. How far are we drilling to? I think that's worth wondering about here. Because I'm pretty sure most drill presses go about like 3 inches or something. And I'm pretty sure my lathe goes only 2.5. So we're drilling like 2 inches or something like that. Or not. I could be on the drill press. That would work. Either way, it'd be fun for science. I mean, that's not how I am about it too. I just, oh wow, cool. That's a good amount of travel on that. That sounds like a much larger drill press than I guess the standard normal size that most people put in their workshops. Oh, wow. And it's got 4 inches of travel? That's crazy. Yeah. Between not really needing a drill press and the space element of it, I just don't bother with it. It's one of those things where if I get to a point where I'm like, you know what, a drill press would be so much better for this, then maybe. But that hasn't happened yet, so there is that. But yeah, I thought the normal travel was about 3 for the bench, or for the tabletop, yeah. 16. You can adjust the belt speed. Good. I can imagine having to change that very much. So like, I don't think the variable speed of that would be very beneficial. Because I'd be, drilling resin every single time pretty much. We'll just set it at the speed and probably never touch it. If I had to imagine how I was going to use it. Yeah, I hear that. Thought it would be better than the price delay. Yeah. I was pretty slow to purchase stuff. Watching so many guides and. But the weird thing is that there's like not guides for people that are doing exactly what you're doing, and there never will be really. Because all of my interests, might be a little different than all of your interests. It's going to be overlap. They're drawn to different things on here. Dennis, how you doing? How are you doing today? We were just talking about the value of a drill press if you already have a lathe. Then we can summarize it and say that it's not. And then you can go back a few minutes and see all the reasons why, or what we came up with together. Let's see, is Michael still here? If so, what are you working on? Nice thing to say, too. Oh man, there's more people on your channel now watching you live. Sometimes when I'm doing like production stuff, it's really not all that exciting. We'd have to like enjoy the topics that we go over and just kind of have the visual ASMR type of stuff. Doing this. Sweet. Now, I'm gonna do this action. Not that action. Now I'm going to do some different action to undo that action. Whoops. This one's not going to be a mega mini anymore. Yeah. Ooh. It's a good one. Caught an edge. I tried to explain catching an edge to somebody that's that was familiar with snowboarding but not turning, and so I think I was able to articulate that pretty well. Snowboarding, you know what catching an edge is. Sometimes you need far one way or the other, then you catch the snow with your board and it creates a shovel sort of effect, and then it digs too deep, and then you face plant. I've seen somebody do a scorpion like that, and their snowboard hit them in the back of the head. It was incredible. Like I thought he broke his back when I saw that. Really crazy. Alright. We've got it all out. Now we just need to make everything else look right. All right, Morty. Nope. Maybe we can take a little bit. Has anybody played Oblivion? It's a new game, or not a new game, it's an old game that they re-released. They remastered it. It just came out less than a week ago. If you play the Elder Scrolls or Skyrim, it's from Bethesda. You know what? Let's leave it like this. And we're going to drop down those two there. We'll drop this. But anyway, the game is kind of like it's pretty fun. It's open world. So I feel like games like Fallout and Skyrim. This would be right up your alley. But there isn't multiplayer, so it is that. Gonna have to refine it last little bit. Anyway, Abby and I started playing that. That's pretty fun. Need to dip it a little bit more in the sun. Okay, let's see. That's nice. I don't even really notice that. The rings are those. Oh, one place that we did Kirchner Caverns when we were in Tucson. We drove out there and got the whole tour, and this now there's like the bats that are in the caves. So we weren't able to go to what's called the big room, and that's what one of the rooms is called in there. Really cool how all that came about, really. How they discovered it, and everything of like preserving as much as they could, and the routes that they took in there. Wow, so cool. These are people that really had a passion for what they were doing. That's something that I like to see. I just like seeing people that are passionate about what it is that they're doing. I don't care what it is, it doesn't really matter. Just somebody, you can tell when people are working hard on something and then they're passionate about it. At least I think that, or they just have so much enthusiasm about something they don't care about. I don't know how that's going to be sustainable. But this is not a common one I do here. Let's see. I think I need to grind this one a bit more. With that edge. The sharp point right on the edge, I'm going to hit the little small one. You haven't done Carson Caverns? Man, it's a good time. I don't know how far away you are from it. I think it's about 45 minutes from the Mexican border, the Mexico border. But yeah, they even got like the, well, I'm going to spoil it for you, but one of the cool things is that, let's see, the governor at the time is a geologist, and the people, the cavers, knew that when they pitched it to him as a place to like preserve the stuff there, like all the stalagmites and stalactites, and try to keep it as untouched as possible. Yeah, it's worth it, I think. It's really cool. Like, I'm not super into like rock and things like that. I mean, I do find it cool that all the minerals get like pressed down, and then over so much time it like develops, or whether it's like the elements that are dripping for millions of years or whatever it is. It's just pretty interesting. Just, you know, kind of crazy to think like what was there before. And also how caves were made. That was one of the things that they talked about. That was pretty interesting. Had a good time. My kids even liked it. One of my kids really likes dinosaurs, and one of her things that she keeps talking about. She's pretty young, but she wants to be a paleontologist. And so going down into a cave like that was, you know, kind of on par with that sort of adventure type of thing. Now, I want to go get a dirt bike and then ride it out in the desert. Speaking of which, Sean, do you ride dirt bikes? Or have you done that in Tucson? I want to do that. I want to go get a dirt bike, ride it out there in the desert. And find my own cave. No, I just want to ride dirt bikes out those. But if I happen to find a cave, that'd be cool. If I saw something that looked a little questionable, I'd go look at it. That's for sure. Alright, if it's round or... I have to do whatever I make it. You know what I mean? But this time, Let's see. Earlier when I went to that stationery place I talked about, on Good Poster, I went there and talked to the owner, and good time. Talked a little bit about some stuff and then some other things, and then ended up buying a Lamy Pico as well as a Vaco ballpoint. It's called a Lilliput too. So kind of weird. Like these two pins are both Lilliputs. And one's bronze and one's copper. So this is my copper Lilliput that's a fountain pen that I keep in my pocket. And then the other one is is also a Lilliput. And it's a clip pen. I really like that, but I'm not sure how I feel about this tiny little ink cartridge. Might have to make some adjustments on the pen. Or maybe a new iteration of it. Oh, the other thing that I found really interesting about this particular pen here is that it engages, the click mechanism engages whether it's got the resistance from the other one or not, which is, I guess, unlike other ones. So there's the actual Mac. Pretty cool. So I'm going to end up probably dissecting this bad boy and figuring out my own variation of it. But yeah, I like this style. It'll only really work for a ballpoint. It won't really work for a roller ball. Or actually, I'm sorry, the style will work for a roller ball and a ballpoint. It wouldn't work for a fountain pen because it doesn't close the hatch whenever it tracks. Sorry about that. It won't work with a fountain pen. It will work for rollerball and ballpoint. If you can make it long enough. I'm gonna make it a little bigger. It's too small the way it is. You fell a little ink. Oh, cool! KLR 650. Sweet. That's a adventure bike, isn't it? Kawasaki adventure bike. I think. I could be wrong. I've got a F750 that I was going to get. It might have even been that. Mid-Atlantic Turner's Expo. Weird. Coming off real strong there, Ski. I went to the Mid-Atlantic Turner's Expo, which is abbreviated as MATE. Well, if you are a pen enthusiast, then You will be able to see me in Orlando, in DC. Yeah, you'll be able to see me in Orlando or DC. And I did go to the Turner's Expo. That was in Manassas, Virginia. And I think I'm set. I don't think that that's something that I need to necessarily see again. But if you haven't, it's worth it. Worth going to see. If you're in the market for blanks, I got a lot. A lot of blanks there. A lot of talented makers. So that's pretty neat. A little bit more view. Oh, so something that I came across recently, again, I guess, is Fear Factor. Has anybody seen? I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it, but who's seen it? But looking at Joe Rogan at much younger, how interesting. I was looking at that bike. Pretty sure. That is actually a bubble. It doesn't happen much, but sometimes you do get a bubble here and there. And when you're using things like glitter. So it's not unusual to see that. And obviously you don't want that. But it is what it is. So something I was thinking of earlier today that I thought was really funny is that, well, actually it was 2 days ago when I was cutting the grass. Yeah. I was outside, cutting the grass, the weeds, I guess. The weeds like to overtake the grass here. But I was thinking, how unusual for this type of woodworking environment where so many dudes compliment other dudes' wood, how nice and polished it is and stuff like that. I just thought it was amusing. It's not many places you can have that type of thing. So much positivity. That's what I said. Let's see. One of my favorite things about wood turning is the amount of people willing to compliment each other's wood. That's what it was. Yeah, I guess a little lowbrow humor there. Don't worry. That's about all I got for right now. Here we go. I've done this one in a while. What kind of challenge would be fun to watch? Like I was thinking about like a quantity sort of challenge, and then a time sort of challenge. But I haven't quite settled on anything yet. It just seems kind of interesting. Like I know people that stream that have done like the 24-hour challenge sort of thing. Well, what's going to be for me? I don't know. And maybe how many pins can you do in X amount of time? How long and how fast can you accomplish X? Or something like that. I don't know. Your thoughts, I reckon? I think there actually is someone that did that video of making a slimline pin with the conditions, with the existing conditions. I don't recall what they are, but there were some criteria for it. Sounds pretty interesting. this, and then we'll do that. And we'll do a variation on the other one. Got a honeycomb in it. This one will not have honey. The ring in the middle instead. So all my business owners or sticker people out there that like to have stickers made, one of the cool things that Sticker Mule does is they'll send out gifts, not gifts, but discounts, pretty substantial discounts too, of certain sticker sizes. And so my suggestion would be to take advantage of those sales by having a few different sizes of stickers that are ready to be uploaded into Sticker Mule. And anytime that little coupon pops up, just order it. And then you can just knock that off of one of your lists. Sometimes they're 2 inches, sometimes they're 3 inches, sometimes they're varying in sizes. Some of them are really large and kind of ridiculous, but that's partially on us for the particular design that we would have used. Just a thought. Hopefully it helps some of you. But having a few designs in mind already is one of the keys to that, because you don't want to sit there and have to be like designing. You want to already have a couple designs lined up that are varying sizes, and once that does come up, boom, send it right in and here we go. This one, just a little bit more in the middle. This one's interesting. I like that one. It's a more complex shape, I would say. Compound. All right. If I need to make a little key bind for that, just be like, boop, have it a little bit more thought out. The way it's got the dates and everything too.
I should say I will be doing fountain pens, fountain pens and stuff for the pin shows. It will not be these at the pin show. Fun for now. The end looking like that. These are blanks. And these blanks are called Twilight. And a sparkle on the inside. Whip section. I have to adjust that one a little bit more. Chill with it for a little bit. Yeah, I have to make it. Come down just a bit more with that. Let's see how this is looking. Oh my goodness. some things that are harder to get symmetrical, same on both sides, there's a little thing you can do. You can actually just pop it out and flip the whole thing over. You know, do one side and then flip it around and do the other side. That way you're pretty much repeating what you had just done. If you find it difficult to get things symmetrical. At least on designs that are this way. Not all of them are. Some things like to be asymmetrical. Niner. That's crazy. We popped up to 60. I don't understand. That's wild. How exciting. Thank you for hanging out. I don't know where else you would be watching turning. This is the place. I'm probably a little biased about that. I don't know what number I'm doing here. 6? Yeah, it was 6. Or 9. Niner. That's the other thing about this particular tool is I think the wings on it are a little too far out. So it goes too deep in order to get the same shape. But not a deal breaker. It is what it is, man. Jeez. They gave me a shout out for doing all of these people here. Sweet. Okay. Let's see. No, let's see. I don't think anybody gave a shout out. Not yet, at least. Right, though. Gotta earn it. Boom. KLR 650. Ah, yeah. Yep, that's what I thought. It was sweet. The Ocho. All right, Cotton. Anybody got that reference? The Ocho? They're in Vegas. Banger. Dodgeball. Pretty short little spot of a movie, so. We'll be nose to the grindstone for a while, actually. Not like today necessarily, but in general, we'll be trying to get ahead. We got to do 6 weeks of work in 4 weeks. And that is what running a business is like. Sometimes it's fun. It's the thrill, man. The thrill of the unknown. Can't be right every time. Chip out there. Sure did.
let's see. All right, so last little thing we gotta do here is round out these ends. These round things are nice. Eventually, I'm gonna have to get back to the other things. Hopefully, it's gonna be today. Going fast enough for that. Can't be speeding through stuff. You gotta take your time to get right. These little thingies will get sanded away. It's possible that if I keep trying to use my turning tool to get it, it'll just end up chipping out, and then that's a completely different type of fix that you don't really deal with. It's not fun. Sean, I don't know if you're here, but I know you saw my taper tool yesterday. And I was thinking about using that for some kit pins. I went and got, or I didn't get actually, I took one of my mandrels apart. So I had a mandrel like this one that is the dead center, and it's got the live center, and then this thing goes into the tailstock, and then it covers the whole piece here. Well, I separated that whole thing from, well, I guess the dead center and stuff, so I can put that into my metal lathe, and then now I can pretty much run the thing. I could basically run the carriage almost to the bushings. So production-wise for kits, I'd say that's a bit of a cheat code there. Or it is a enhanced production method. Yeah, that's better. Enhanced production technique. That sounds better. Enhanced production technique. Do that, lathe, that, run the carriage, and you're pretty much done. All you gotta do is throw it back over here, and then sand and polish. You're done. You can also fine tune when you do that. Going from one to the other. I have to show you. What I'm talking about sometimes. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. It'll work pretty well. But if you don't like that straight profile, you're not going to like it. Or you're going to have to adjust it when you put it on the wood lathe, or back on the other lathe that you've seen in polished before. But still, it's pretty quick way to get to close to a final. Then you can do this. You've got, you've got it spinning, and you can do your personalization, customization stuff. You know? Oh man, we had a lot of people here today. Things popping up for 4:15 on a Tuesday. I guess it's closer to 2. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, come on. All right, this is the last one. I'm gonna bounce. Do my little outro thingy, and then forever pencils. We're gonna have to get fixed again, but the forever pencil are pretty cool. It's a graphite insert. You use a 5 by 0.5 tap, and then you can use the 1/4 inch or the 3/16 inch for the different erasers, and it turns pretty nicely between centers without potentially damaging the opening. So there you go. That's what it is, and here is literally a small example of it. So this is a graphite tip that'll unscrew. Right, got this little guy here. It'll come all the way out, and then we've got the other eraser here. It doesn't have the eraser in it. It's got, I guess it does, but boom. Yeah. You want to know how to do that? I got you. No worries. Anyway, that'll be another time. So, let's see. That's off. This is good. Let's turn off Morty. Do a little outro. And then, I gotta bounce. Dinner time. Gotta feed the machine, you know? You're doing production work. You are the machine, you know what I'm saying?
So that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. So very good turnout. I appreciate everybody coming and stopping by and hitting that thumbs up, man. It really means that I'm doing something. Maybe not good, maybe not bad, but something, right? But yeah, appreciate you all hanging out, and I will see y'all next time. Take care. Sorry, Sean. We'll have to talk about it next time.